Hi, Kopites. This is the first episode of the LFC Fact Files. And this is basically a series that I started to do a while ago. I came up with an idea and I never ended up doing it. It became an afterthought, really, to be honest. But I've been thinking recently, I've been doing a lot of series, like LFC Women, for example. It's not getting no traction. So what I decided to do was bring the LFC Fact File to life. Um, So the first episode is about Liverpool's origins. So as we know, Liverpool started off wearing blue um, in 1892 until 1896. We're going to take a bit of a deep dive into our origins. Origins. Liverpool Football Club is one of the most famous names in football, but the beginning of the story is not what most people expect. It doesn't start with glory, European Cups, or Anfield nights. It starts with a fallout. The year was 1892, and Anfield wasn't Liverpool's home, it was Everton's. Everton had been playing at Anfield since 1884, but a dispute broke out with the stadium's owner, John Houlding. He wanted to raise the rent, and the Everton committee refused to pay. Tempers flared, the board split, and Everton walked away. They left Anfield behind and moved across Stanley Park to a brand new ground, Goodison Park. That decision left Holding with an empty stadium and no team. His solution: start a new club. And so in March 1892, Liverpool Football Club was born. At first, it was going to be called Everton Athletic, but the FA blocked the name. That's when Holding registered the new club under the name we now know, Liverpool Football Club. The first manager was John McKenna, and he recruited a squad mainly from Scotland. Back then, Scottish players were admired for their technique, and many were pursued to join the new project in England. Liverpool's very first season was in the Lancashire League, and they won it at the first attempt. That success earned them election into the Football League Second Division. Their first official league game came in September 1893 against Middlesbrough Ionopolis, a club that doesn't even exist anymore. Liverpool won 2-0, and fittingly, their first ever goal scorer was Malcolm McVean. One thing that often surprises fans today is the kit. Liverpool didn't always play in red. In those early days, they wore blue and white halves, colours not too far away from their neighbours Everton. It wasn't until 1896 that Liverpool switched to red shirts and white shorts, a look that began to set them apart. The all-red kit we associate with Liverpool today didn't arrive until 1964, when Bill Shankly thought it would make the players look bigger, bolder, and more intimidating. The Liverpool crest was another early step in building identity. It first appeared on shirts in 1901, after Liverpool had already won their first league title. Yes, just 9 years after being formed, Liverpool were crowned English champions in 1901. It's easy to forget that the club's roots were turbulent, born out of an argument, left to play in an empty stadium, and needing to prove themselves from scratch. But from those beginnings, Liverpool started building towards the giant they became. By the time Shankly's All-Red Revolution came around in the 1960s, the foundations had been set. Anfield, the Liver Bird, and the club created in defiance of circumstance. Liverpool's story is one of football's great ironies. If Everton and John Houlding had managed to find common ground, Liverpool FC might never have existed. Instead, out of that split came a new identity and a team that will go on to dominate English and European football. That's the origin of Liverpool Football Club, not just a story of football, a story of stubbornness, identity, and the determination to create something from nothing. And it all started with a rent dispute in 1892. Well, there you go. That was how Liverpool first were formed, from a Scottish team back in 1892. That's it for this video. Take it easy.